Hello beautiful people, we're back with the current energy reading for Divine Lovers, for Twin Flames, for those with high vibrational soul connections, for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I'll be referring to the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine a lot, most likely as he or she. It is of course whichever one you identify with. It can also represent the masculine or feminine side within you, whichever one balances your yin to your yang, or vice versa. And to be honest, actually anyone is welcome to watch my videos, and if you feel drawn to them, then I'd be quite surprised if there isn't a message for you. And yeah, let's get stuck in. It's just, I'm feeling quite a gentle, kind of gentle energy. There's a bit more push from the Divine Feminine this time, which is interesting because usually it's the masculine barging through, wanting to be heard first. And I usually end up doing most of the video on the Divine Masculine energy. Usually that's the one we will kind of want to know about because we're trying to figure out what's going on in his head. But let's see what the Divine Feminine has to say. Well, actually I'll show you both cards and then I'll switch back to her. So here we have the Divine Feminine, the Six of Bows and Abundance. And the Divine Masculine is the Nine of Stones, Tradition. May only be these two today, but we'll see how we go. I won't be doing an extended, but I already know that that the sexual energies want to push through and want me to talk about them. So maybe there's no need. So let's get to the Divine Feminine. Straight away I'm getting the burning bush. I don't think I need to elaborate on that too much, and there's like arrows pointing to it just in case you weren't aware. So it's very much, yeah, those deep sexual yearnings and burnings. And interesting because it feels like there's no attempt to kind of fan those flames. It's like I'm just gonna let it all out. And so that's quite interesting, and I'm curious to know if anyone wants to give me feedback on how you may be handling this. I'm channeling it into doing a video after all this time. I definitely feel like I needed to yeah, to kind of guide it somewhere. And I suppose because I just feel a bit more confident and kind of in touch with myself again. Oh, I am in touch, able to tune into this energy and do this reading. I went off a bit there because, as some of you know, I do one of my cabaret songs is I Touch Myself by the Divinals, and I was just imagining kind of singing that. It's one of my favourite songs to sing, and actually quite relevant to this, quite relevant. There's a lot going on here actually. I'm just trying to think which one. There is something about it's like it's kind of like the wildfire, but I'm not sure if I mentioned, but it is kind of tamed in a way, controlled, but it's the controlled in like a natural way. And I just feel that there has been some kind of turbulence leading up to that. There's a feeling of kind of adolescence and puberty. And I don't know if, well, there could be someone watching that of, you know, 14, 15 years old. It feels more kind of that age. It's kind of like after all the really kind of awkward, confusing time when you're more kind of like, right, here I am, this is me, as a sexual being. I know there's still like all awkwardness and all that, but just a little bit more kind of confidence and to who you are and kind of who and what you're attracted to and turns you on. I feel that for a lot of Divine Feminines, there's been a kind of return to that kind of feeling, that kind of awkwardness and the hormones and kind of everything. I know I've had a lot of breakouts with acne that hasn't been that bad since I was about 14, 15, so that's quite interesting. Can also be, I mean, it can, yes, it is a sexual awakening, definitely. It can also be someone in the time of life of menopause, and again, I feel it's kind of after that kind of what I imagine to be the kind of roller coaster kind of part of it. And sorry, I don't know, so I'm just kind of guessing here. When things are more kind of settled down, and you kind of feel comfortable again about expressing yourself and feeling sexy again, and perhaps there is, I would like to think, a kind of third stage of sexuality that could be even more intense than something you experience in your 20s. For whatever reason, it could be connecting with your divine masculine. It could be to do with your spirituality or your knowledge of yourself and your body, you know, how it works. And what works for it, how it works, what works for it. That sounded a bit mechanical there, sorry, that wasn't quite what I meant. What else can I say about that? Oh, I just look at those twigs, I just see pubes, sorry. Some women are feeling more confident in growing body hair out again. I'm not sure anyone wants to share that with me, but feel free if you do. Yeah, for some reason I needed to mention that, so I just threw it out there. You know, I'm not shy. Okay. So I just want to switch to something that's a little bit in contrast here, which is this kind of gnarled tree. There is a protective element in this, and I don't know if that's it feels more like a kind of barrier that the Divine Feminine may put up, or may still be kind of working through. It's like almost like I want to chop that down and put it on the fire eventually. Like at the moment, yeah, it's kind of helping kind of cloak this when it kind of needs to be, and kind of, so this is like you know, a kind of sacred space that no unwanted wandering forest folk can peek into. But something even stronger than that. I'm just getting like a Snow White vibe here. It'd be good if it was like 7, but it wouldn't be the same energy in the card. I'm getting like Snow White and the 7 dwarves. And this energy feels like the Wicked Queen when she's like the crone. I mean, that's her true energy anyway, but when she's like the wicked crone. And it could be that energy that needs to be cut off and put on the fire. It just feels like that is something that is still quite present, but it's kind of drying up, kind of dying away now. But it's been very kind of encroaching, is that the word? Kind of presence. And that may be why this is needed to be kind of hidden away or smouldering away on its own. But now that this can become more visible now to kind of the to the world. That wicked kind of stepmother energy. It is about jealousy, and essentially, I think we all know the story. Essentially, it's jealousy of purity, and that is the main energy here. It's purity. It's sexual purity. It's purity of the heart, and that is your strength, Divine Feminines, and that is what is so easily forgotten, misinterpreted, whatever. It's yeah, we've all felt a bit like Snow White, haven't we, on this journey, I think. Yeah, so it's a good sign if that tree's about to be chopped down and thrown on the fire. And there's also, just checking the time. Yeah, it's cool. We can keep going. Also a bit of Robin Hood. The merry men, the 7 dwarves, kind of a similar theme. I don't. Has anyone seen the show? I think it was the 80s or no, the 90s. It was Maid Marian and a Merry Men. It was like a kind of English children's comedy. Kind of seeing that more than anything. Yeah, it's where it's pretty much where it's Maid Marian who actually kind of runs the show, and I always really love that. And yeah, it is a bit like that. It's like she's kind of slayed the dragon. She's done it, and this just feels like it could be like the townspeople perhaps have brought her the kind of gifts. They don't have kind of anything to offer her. They don't have gold or riches, but she's not kind of doing it for that. They're just kind of bringing her what she needs. It's kind of what she needs to sustain her. It's about comfort and pleasure as well. The kind of pleasure, the simple pleasures. That's what it's about. Kind of the pleasure in food and those more, now it's turning into the Garden of Earthly Delights. Those kind of just the very kind of simple again, like purity being something very powerful. The kind of the primal connectiveness, pleasures, and also interesting that there isn't really a figure of the divine feminine in this card. the divine masculine energy isn't really strong in this card at all. Although it could be in these wands here. I'm getting like an invitation. Like this could be the divine feminine kind of inviting her masculine in, and it could be like the place is set at the table, but it also feels like they've left like a calling card. Like it feels very kind of Jane Austen. Yeah, just a very kind of polite, formal way. Just, you know, just leave his card, and when kind of she's ready to contact him, yeah, he'll be back. You may find that with this kind of flush of whatever renewed kind of youth, could be beauty, just confidence, sensuality, ladies, we may be attracting suitors, and but it feels very high vibrational, and if one of those can be your counterpart, of course, or it may be separate from that. But it's like they've kind of been waiting in the wings, like in the trees, just for the energies to be aligned. These are men who are in tune to you and to when is the right time to kind of make their move or whatever it is. And it feels like it's almost like where have you been, why now, like just like it's kind of like everyone at once, and that's like fine, like it's completely up to you how you feel you want to move forward with that. But it is like it's totally like up to you, and you're kind of weighing up the options, and that's just, it's quite amusing. Not something I'm personally experiencing yet, but so I'm kind of curious as to how that may play out. Just let me see if I can get anything else from this card. Wow, that's really special. I haven't come across this one very much, and I wasn't quite expecting this one to come up. So, we have a few minutes, and poor Divine Masculine, I haven't talked about him enough. But, just quickly. I don't know if I'm going to get this the right way, but it's a 6 and a 9 here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be surprised. So this is the Divine Masculine. It almost feels like he's a bit... Is this kind of like the trees? I know it's stones, but this could represent, like, you know, the trees. The Divine Feminine could just be on the other side of them. He knows it's just not quite the right time yet to kind of walk through those. It's almost a bit of an Outlander feel, as it's like a stone circle. Yeah, it almost feels like what is that in that one? You have to wait for one of the Espats or the equinoxes, is it, to cross over? It's almost like that he's like waiting, and it's like that's the right time to go through into the dimension of the Divine Feminine. And that is kind of pretty much what it feels like. So perhaps timelines, perhaps dimensions aren't quite balanced, but they're getting there. This card is the 9, and in this deck, the Ten of Stones is actually the home card. So it's like so close. It's like if he's waiting for the eclipse or something, it's like it's almost there. And he's very much in tune, I feel, as to when is the right time. And he can read, he's reading your smoke signals. Keep sending the smoke signals, because that's, it's kind of like, well, it is kind of like a very ancient language, but I feel that's a language between the two of you. And you may not kind of know, like, you don't know if he can see them, if he's picking up on them, but I definitely feel that he is. And that feels like, yeah, it is high level 5D, but because it's smoke, air, it feels like something kind of telepathic. The phone, someone, I'm not getting, I remember in past readings I picked up very much that someone like wants to write, especially like an old-fashioned letter, which could be correct, but now I'm feeling like someone wants to pick up the phone, like it's like he just can't, like he's trying to write a letter, but he just can't. He's like, I just need to kind of speak. And also a phone call is something quite old-fashioned, even if it's on an iPhone. Or maybe recording a video like I am. It could be a video, podcast, could be some. If he's not able to be direct right now, it could be something indirect. So ladies, look out. It will most likely be on perhaps social media, because that's kind of the way of the world now. But just look out for something that your divine masculine might do. That's I would like to predict in the next few days, but I don't know. Let's see if he makes some kind of statement. Okay, that's coming up. However subtle or bold or big or small the news or whatever he has to say might be, it will be connected to you in some way. It will be him reaching out. Yeah, so very curious indeed to kind of see that. Well, okay, so straight away, going back to these stones here, it's getting alignment. Like, they don't feel so, I mean, they don't look so much like a circle. I'm not feeling so much that they are, but the divine masculines want to get their affairs in order before moving forward towards you. And it's kind of getting like all the stones in a row. The expression is it ducks in a row? Getting all the ducks in a row. It's like they want to do things. Yeah, again, it feels very old-fashioned, very Regency. Kind of, yeah, make sure that all the business dealings or something. Yeah, okay, maybe there is some business dealings are important. Tied up before they present themselves to you, and perhaps are kind of worthy. And whatever that may be, it can be, yeah, wanting to have the right job, a house ready, wanting to move. I know that there are lots of us who have the divine masculine who is transitioning out of relationships. It could be that, which is something that's very important. And this is something to be taken extremely seriously, that they want to do things properly. It's not old-fashioned. Yes, of course we can do things on our own. We can have our own house. We have our own jobs, whatever. But they want to be the providers. In that kind of, in that sense, is okay, yeah, you have a job, but they kind of want to, it is about equality. That's what I'm kind of trying to say. So I keep saying job, so maybe there is a divine masculine who is kind of unemployed at the moment or between jobs, and he's like, no, I really need to get my career in order before I can present myself to my feminine. But saying that, I mean, I don't know why me saying that sounds really boring, and I almost want to throw it away. I'm like, this is a, and in the same breath I'm saying this is something really important. It's okay. Now, I don't know. It's a career change. Okay, sorry. There was just a lot. There was a lot coming through right then. I mean, the divine masculine's unafraid of hard work. They will mop floors at McDonald's, or they will clean toilets at the airport, whatever. But I just have a feeling it's a career change, okay. And there are divine masculines who are moving, even if it's the same career, it can be a shift in it could be position within the company, or it could be how they run it or why they run it, or yeah, just coming from like a new angle. And I feel it's much more spiritually orientated. Creative, yes, but it's more about where the creativity comes from. And it comes from like a great, from a teacher, a great teacher. I'm kind of, so whether they're becoming that teacher, they could be channeling that energy of the, yeah, kind of Dumbledore energy. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, excuse me. Got all excited there, connecting with Dumbledore. Yeah, could be, that could be. And divine masculine, do you need to tell me anything else? No, I just, if you've, oh yeah, I kind of want to say this from the divine feminine's point of view. Ladies, if you feel like he's asleep, kind of like not responding, not answering, he's just in this meditative, it's a meditative state, but more than that, it's a transitional state, and he kind of needs to kind of go quite deep for this, and kind of retreat. So that could explain, yeah, I mean, the energy here, that you're awake. Okay, quite funny. Now I'm getting like, yeah, you're wide awake and staring at the ceiling, want to get frisky, and he's asleep there. But no, well, could be literal, I don't know. For those of you who actually in a kind of relationship at the moment with your counterpart, but Could be on the 3D. It does feel a bit like that on the 5D, to be honest. Okay, on that note, just quickly, is there anything else I need to say? I'm just wondering if there's a song. I've got a song for the Divine Feminine. I wonder if there's a song for the Divine Masculine. Okay, and it's a song from Robin Hood from the movie. Everything I do it for you. Isn't that beautiful? So I will leave that there, lovelies, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope more than that there are more to come, and I will leave you, and I will love you and leave you. So take care.